Alright, we got another edition of Huckins on Film. I'm your host, Kyle Huckins, and I just watched the movie Chained. That's why I'm drinking right now. Holy hell. I mean, I know that I watch a lot of dark, depressing movies. I do love my cinematic nihilism. That I plead guilty as hell. I gotta stop doing this to myself. Jesus Christ. I just watched Chained. It's co-written and directed by Jennifer Lynch, who also did Boxing Helena, which I've never seen, but need to. It stars Vincent D'Onofrio and Eamon Farron. Vincent D'Onofrio, I'm sure you know him well. You know, he's the main character in one of the 18 Law and Order series for a while. You should best know him as Private Pyle from Full Metal Jacket. If you're not familiar with Full Metal Jacket, pause this, watch Full Metal Jacket, come back. You'll thank me. But, this... Anyway, if you're familiar with Vincent D'Onofrio, you know the man does intense like few other people on the planet. And this is no exception. And he worked with a dialect coach. I'm not exactly sure what kind of an accent he was going for, but like he doesn't sound like Vincent D'Onofrio. He plays a cabbie who's well, I won't give away the end. I do try to avoid the spoilers these days, but he's a cabbie who's also a serial killer. And early on, he picks up Julia Ormond and Evan Bird, who plays Eamon Farron's character at the age of 9. Brings them back to his place, kills the mom, but he's not a child. He only kills women. He's not a child killer. So he decides to make the kid his slave. And it's all about the relationship between the two as it evolves over the years. Because D'Onofrio does become his father. Sick, twisted, evil fuck of a father, but a father nonetheless. And most of what happens just focuses on the relationship between the two. Especially Farron's character, who D'Onofrio's Bob renames Rabbit. Because at first, the kid's trying to escape, but Bob lives out in the middle of nowhere. There's really nowhere for him to go if he does get out. And the movie's title Chained for a reason. He mostly keeps a leg iron on the kid and has him chained to a wall in the kitchen. As Rabbit gets older, D'Onofrio's whatever perverted fatherly instincts he has begin to take over. And he starts treating Rabbit not so much as a slave, but as an heir. And he's trying to teach him how to become a serial killer. And Rabbit's not a killer. He's still that scared little boy. Because he's had this big goon that killed his mother, terrorizing him for probably a decade. They don't state his... The kidnapping happens when Rabbit's 9, but they never state his age at any other point during the movie, so you don't know exactly how long he's been there. And just watching the duel between these two, it's fantastic. It's a really good movie. Honestly, this would make a pretty good stage production, because a lot of it really takes place in the house between Bob and Rabbit. It's a very talky movie. That's not to say nothing happens. Because first of all, not only do you have the intense conflict between the two, but Bob does bring home surprises every now and then. And, oh my... I mean, the murder scenes in this... It looks like they were all done practically. And, I mean, they're excellently done. Bloody as hell. Oh my god. I mean, if you've watched enough movies, you've seen enough throats slit where it just... You see that, and they just fall down dead, they're dead before they hit the ground. There's a throat slash in this. The victim, she falls down. She's grabbing her neck, gargling. You can hear her drowning in her own blood. It's unsettling as hell. I mean, honestly, the kills in this movie, and also the character of Bob, this movie reminds me a lot of Henry, Portrait of a Serial Killer. I don't think it's as good. I mean, I think D'Onofrio's great as Bob, but Rooker's performance is iconic in that movie. That said, I'm not going to knock Vince D'Onofrio. We all know the man is very good at his job. A little too good. Probably a lot too good. Now, he's one of those guys, you do wonder if he's acting at times. He's that intense. But it's very strange, this is obviously a thriller about a serial killer. But it's really more of a battle of wills. He wants Rabbit to be a serial killer. He wants Rabbit to follow in his footsteps. Rabbit doesn't want to become a serial killer. However, his options are extraordinarily limited. And the movie does get out of the house here and there. The whole thing mostly takes place in Bob's house. And the setting itself, I mean, it's a very dark house, a lot of brown on the walls. The lights are... It's not a complete hellhole, but it's a dark house. It's not a dump, it's just very sparsely furnished. Like, his kitchen set, you do kind of get the idea he found that someone was throwing it out, and he just said, oh, well, I need a table. It's... ugh. And obviously Bob would have no problems doing this, given that he's a psychopath. And there are also parts in this where they flash back to Bob's childhood. Yeah. Yeah, the fact that I needed to drink just mentioning that scene, that should tell you how that goes. Like I said, this film is it's graphic as hell. You know, murders are. Like seriously, I kind of felt like I was watching an '80s slasher flick. The murders were that good. So, like I said, it was done practically, or the CG was just so damn good I didn't notice. The murders were excellently done. Oh, and as if this movie isn't offensive and graphic enough, there's I could safely say at least 2 rape scenes. And even one of those doesn't work the way you would expect it to. That's all I can say without spoiling it. Because, well, I just don't like to give away films before anyone's seen them. I mean, it's an excellently shot film. It's a great looking movie. It's bloody and dark and very unsettling. Now, if you like movies like that, a couple of movies I've reviewed, Eden Lake, Snowtown Murders, or ones I haven't reviewed, but like Martyrs or Inside, it's very much in that realm of it's great at what it does. It's bloody, it's visceral, it's very well executed, very well acted and directed. It's a really good movie. I don't know if I ever want to watch it again. Although I kind of have to, because on the DVD there is a commentary track between the director Jennifer Lynch and Vincent D'Onofrio, which I do want to hear. I'd show you the DVD cover, but I got it from Netflix, so I would just be showing you the little paper sleeve. But yes, I wouldn't say it's as good by any stretch, but this could very well be the Ten's answer to Henry Portrait of a Serial Killer. Yeah, I'm gonna play that card. This movie is very similar to Henry, but in a way more screwed up. Because we get into Bob's psyche and the fact that he's trying to raise a son, so to speak. Also, the ending of this movie. Oh, there's a twist. It's not a bad twist at all. It makes sense. You know, it's not out of nowhere. It's not really set up, but the way it happens, it's okay, I could see it. But yeah, I mean they don't give the twist a whole lot of setup. But it's not like High Tension where the twist is revealed and you yell bullshit and fling a whiskey bottle at the TV. Okay, maybe I was the only one who did that. I've been known to overreact. But yeah, there's. Well, I mean, I'm not giving in. Well, yeah, I'm not giving anything away by saying this. There is a very cruel twist in this movie. And believe me, making this movie more sadistic, that's an achievement. It's just, whew. Like I said, it's been a little while since I saw a movie that made me just want to get drunk. But yeah, if you're looking for a movie that'll make you want to drink like a damn fish, give Chained a whirl. I'm Kyle Huckins for Huckins on Film. Fucking off.